Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Resident Evil. So, this is part 4. We're continuing in exploring the mansion, but we get to fight a boss this time around. So, the boss that we're going to be fighting is Jan. We've got a preview of him and what they can do basically with Richard, who got bit by the snake, and we had to go to another part of the mansion to get anti venom. So that lets us know that if we get hit by yawn, what's going to end up happening is that we're also going to have to go into that same location to get antivenom for ourselves because eventually it will drain our life slowly over time and then Jill will pass out and die. So it's best to just go ahead and get it done because I think the game gives you maybe like 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes in order to take care of that. Before we go and fight Yon, I'm basically going to drop off some things in the save box just to make sure that I have open spaces. I may take a couple of health items with me, given that we can't really do any expansions to the space that we're given, which is the whole point of the item management. I'm probably still not going to have enough space for an item that you can get in the same room as John, which is the automatic shotgun, which I'm looking forward to because I like the shotgun that we have currently, but the automatic shotgun holds more ammo and holds more rounds in its chamber than the regular old shotgun. So, with that being said, let's head back now that I'm done with the item box. I again use the transition because I take a long time to go through the item box to make sure that what I'm getting is what I need. And I sometimes show it, just like with the last video, I showed it a little bit. I went through the item box and it was just, very quickly and no transition. But this time around, I spent probably like 3 or 4 minutes just going through and organizing and making sure I had everything.
Payback time.
I guess you could say that for this game, Lisa and Jan are the reoccurring enemies because you fight them more than once. I mean, for Lisa, you don't really fight her the first time that you meet her because she's impervious to bullet damage, but the second time you do kind of have to fight her a little bit as you essentially try to trick her into falling off the side of the platform that you guys are on. Um, but yeah, for Jan, you fight him more than once, or at least you fight him, then the baby snakes, and then Jan once more, and then that's it, you know?
Oh, am I poisoned? I need serum.
Over on Twitter, I followed the Resident Evil portal page, which is basically like the official Twitter account for the Resident Evil website, where you can essentially sign up to get updates on different uh, things that are available for Resident Evil, such as like DLC, or if they have announcements about new things that they're going to be initiating for the different series, that type of thing. So I signed up for it just because if they're going to announce another Resident Evil game, then that will probably be one of the places that they would place an announcement and they would send an email to everybody. So a couple of days ago, well, actually, not a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, on March the 22nd, was the 28th anniversary for Resident Evil 1, which is very exciting. So, happy anniversary, Resident Evil, or late anniversary. And then there was another anniversary that they also celebrated, which was the March 24th, which was the second, a couple of days later, for the remaster of Resident Evil 4. So it has been a year since that game came out. And the last anniversary was actually for Outbreak, which was exciting that they kind of acknowledged Outbreak. Um, I kind of wish and hope that if they do another remaster, or if they do have like another Resident Evil 9, that it would be just a remake of Outbreak. So they said happy 20th anniversary for Resident Evil Outbreak. So, as far as Resident Evil news, there really isn't any right now. They're just basically running a contest, which I think is over, and you just answered a series of questions to try to see if you can get, I think it was a wallpaper, but they also had like this limited edition like box set that had like a ton of different things in it, like posters, hats, probably original albums, music, shirts, all kinds of stuff. But I don't know if that was like the ultimate prize or if that was just kind of like, hey, come over to our website and buy some merch. So, yeah. But if there's anything that you guys want to check out, definitely follow them. They post in both English and in Japanese. So sometimes you'll see double of the post, but that's okay. So I actually messed up on this puzzle when I first did it. Pretty much I got the colors wrong. It was when I was doing it, I was like instructions unclear, got attacked by birds. So I had to leave and then dodge the two zombies that are hanging out in the hallway and then run back into the room because the crows reset and the puzzle resets when you leave the room. So I had to do that in order to basically like do it again and fix it so I can get this last mask. And then now we gotta go and fight the Crimson Head. Or rather, the progenitor of the Crimson Head, if I remember correctly. I think their little bio story thing that we find about them is that they were the first one to essentially turn into it, and subsequently they've been using their DNA to create the added addition to the T virus. Oh, I died. I think I'm going to bring the rocket launcher, but what's really cool is I didn't know that he had a bending down animation to eat my body after he kills me. I don't I don't know if any of the other zombies have those when they kill you. These masks kind of remind me a little bit of something that you encounter in Resident Evil 6. In Resident Evil 6, there are four scenarios that you can play as, which is Leon and Helena's, Jake and Sherry's, Chris and Pierre's, and then Ada's. And so if you play through Leon and Helena's storyline, you're essentially playing it. The beginning part of the game is like what it would have been like if Leon was there when the zombie outbreak happened in Raccoon City. And so, as you fight your way through the university, where you start off at, through the town, and then eventually make it to a church, the graveyard surrounding the church will have like old headstones just like that with like different names of people on it. And you will essentially be fighting mummified zombies. So they are extremely easy to take out because they're so old, but a lot of them have weapons, which is the issue. They were all buried with weapons, which is, first off, very weird. And secondly, it kind of ties into uh, what happens when you go underneath the church, and underneath the church is like catacombs, but also is a secret laboratory. And so the catacombs are also filled with a lot of zombies that have basically crossbows and old muskets and pickaxes and swords and stuff like that. It was pretty cool, and it kind of reminded me, of the area that you fight him in. And I wonder if when they were creating six, if they wanted to have that kind of throwback to that fight for people who basically played through one.
Guns ineffective. Instant. Stay away. Forest outside mansion. Stay.
Alright, so we picked up the Magnum, and now I get to put it in my item box and just let it rot there until the end of the game. But I do want to go ahead and say my goodbyes now and let the rest of this play through. So thank you so much for joining us. I am slowly but surely making my way through this game. We're almost done with the mansion, and then we'll make our way back into the woods and then back into the mansion again. So, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. Have a video that's probably going to be released this week for Alone in the Dark 2, and then there's another video for Banishers that I'm also going to release as well, so we can continue with that storyline and finish Sable, which I said that I was going to try to finish, but with all these other games that I'm also playing through, I do have the videos recorded. I just need to edit them. So that's probably going to come within the next week or two, maybe. Maybe. So, with that, I will see you in the next one, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me? Shit, it's broken.